Luxon's comments on energy highlights why the Green Party is not needed anymore. The New Zealand Green Party these days, far from caring for planet and people, spend most of their time grooming children, trying to turn them into woke rainbow queers in order for the Greens to expand their diminishing voter base. Take Darlene Tana's replacement MP, Benjamin Doyle. He specializes in youth teaching and transgender disabled Maori queers, plus teaching boys how to have safe sex with each other. More on the destructive Benjamin Doyle later, but have you ever wondered what Swarbrick's real reason was for booting out Darlene Tana? More to come. Back to energy, and this is why we don't really need the Green Party anymore, which would save the country millions of taxpayer dollars in salaries and expenses if we got rid of them. The coalition government also cares about planet and people, but at least they have adults in the room running the show.
New Zealand's one of the top 5 countries with respect to a high level of renewables as our electricity mix. We're at 85–87%. We don't want to be burning Indonesian coal. We'd sooner be using local domestically provided gas. We know that's not as good as renewables, but it's certainly a lot better than coal, and we need it in our energy mix given when we have dry years like we've had this year as well. We are doing everything we can to get a higher proportion of renewables into our energy mix. And you've got to remember that in this part of the world and throughout most of Southeast Asia and many parts of the world, you've got countries that only are at 15, 20, 25% renewables in their energy mix. We're in a different position. We're at 85–87%, and we've got to have energy security, and that's why we've talked about gas. But if you just look at our fast track legislation, we have 22 renewable energy projects that are going to be progressed under fast track that will actually add 30% of our total electricity generation that we have today. Well, there's 22 renewable projects that are part of the 149 that have been approved under the fast track legislation. Obviously, expert panels go through a process of assessing it, but the point is, we do not want to take 8 years to consent renewable wind, wind farms, for example, 2 years to build it and wait 10 years to get the benefit of it. And what we've said is on renewable projects, we want to be able to accelerate the consenting within a year. We want to be able to have consents that are then in place for a longer period of time, and importantly, get the benefit of that of that renewable energy into our system. We have 85% renewable electricity in our system already. Many of them are struggling with diesel generation, coal-powered power stations, and so we're in a different situation where we need to have energy security. But as I said, we really want to double the amount of renewable electricity in New Zealand, and we're on the pathway to doing that.
Thank you, Chris Luxon. Geraint, on behalf of WhangāreiTim.